Hello friends, and once again welcome to bispsolution.com. My name is Amit, and today I'm going to show you how to write advanced business rule. In today's example, we would be using a trend function. I'll be creating a trend based on actual, and I'll populate my plan number for next year. So based on my current year actual average, I'll populate my next year plan numbers. Let's see how to do that. So before I show you the code and before I start writing code, let's start understanding the requirement. Okay. So I've already prepared a smart list of smart view over here. And for the sake of simplicity, I create three tabs, one for input, one for trend. In one tab, I'll input the number, another tab I'll define a trend, and third tab, I'll show you the output. So here is a requirement. I'm going to input number to I assume my current year is FY21 actual. So these numbers are coming from ERP system, but for the sake of testing, I'm manually inputting the numbers. So I input the numbers here and we'll make sure my numbers are refreshed. Ad hoc analysis. These are my current year actual, right? Current year is FY21 actual. I want to populate the average number of this. What is an average? 350. This 350 number I like to populate into my output over here. Depends upon my trends. So right now I have a account dimension member called trend, and this is a smart list which has multiple values, and the first value I set for current year actual average. Current year actual average, right? So current is FY21 actual, the average of this is 350. This 350 number should be populated in my next year plan. Next year plan. So current year actual to next year plan. And I take data from load to calculated. Load and calculated are the member of plan element. Let's see how it works. So I have a sample rule. I'll run this rule and show you the output. And then we are going to write this rule. Current year actual average. Let me run this rule over here. I run this rule and I go to my output tab, refresh it, and check the output. It is 385. Well, I have a trend value as well. Let me make it 0 first. So adjustment, I make it 0. Look at this once again. It will take current year actual average. My current year is FY21 actual and average of this is 350. It will not consider hash missing 350. So this 350 number should be copied over here. Let me run this again. So previously we had an adjustment number, therefore it get 385, 350 plus 10% of 350. So the rule ran. Let's refresh and check the output. 350, right? Average of this is 350. Now let's write the rule for the same. So in this example, I'll be using two functions, average range function and calc mode function. Well, average range function, as you understand, I'm going to take a range of my current month to first month to current month, take an average of this and populate into my plan. Calc mode function is optional but recommended because the size of my cube is very huge, and if I run this without fixed expression and calc mode, I would be having a severe performance issue. Okay, so let's get started. First, I'm going to create a rule. I'll show you what are the variables I'm going to use it. I'm going to use a couple of variable tools. Use a variable called current year, current month, first month of the given year. Okay, I'll be using that. So I have variable over here. It will take a little time to populate. Let me start writing code over here while it takes. So right click and create one rule. I name this rule call rule current year actual average. I already have it. I create version 1. Okay, so I have two options. I can go to designer and edit mode. I'll go for edit mode, and I use a average range function, isn't it? The syntax you should be knowing, average range, and this function, the first argument is skip none, right? I'll take look at the expression from here, average range, skip none. The second argument it takes for what you like to take an average. So I would like to take an average for current year actual average. this intersection I take, right? I copy from here. This is current year. I can use a constant or I can use a variable. I suggest you to use a variable. So I have a variable called current year. Let's see. Current month is one variable which I need it. I'll put it over here. And I need another variable called prior year start month. This is another variable I need. Current month, current month. I already taken current month, start month, and current year. Should be here only. Current month. There are too many. Okay, I already have a the variable name. If I don't find it over here, I'll use current year. Okay, the name of the variable, which I don't see it over here, it should be current year. Or you can use a constant, that's fine. It's cur year. I can search for cur by year. Yes, this is the variable. So second argument takes an intersection of current year, actual with load. Right? I use a intersection. And what is the range? Current month to current start month, which is January to current month, which is June, right? And because these are variable, I will be using with ampersand symbol. So let's use ampersand. Let's validate. Is that correct? The smart list, smart view. So this is going to be current month, which is June. This is my output. First month. This is my input. First month is January month, and current month is June. I like to take an average of this range, isn't it? Let's validate this, and the output is to be stored where? Output is to be stored under my calculated member. OFS calculated. Maybe you can use member name or alias, any way you like to use. I prefer to use actual name, which is OFS calculated. Output is like to be stored over here. And I put this under a range, OFS calculated, the whole calculation to be performed within this range. This is what we wanted. Let's validate this. Validate. Validation is passed. But if I run the rule right now, it will take a lot of time because it's very complex. The cube is so huge. Look at the potential number of blocks. I have a huge potential number of blocks, isn't it? It will take a lot of time. So the good idea is to put this within a fixed expression. So I apply multiple fixed expression. First, I like to use the if condition, and I'll be using a if condition only if the trend value is 1. Then I like to apply this. Okay. So my if condition is like this: if trend value, which is OFS trend, intersection with beginning balance, this intersection. Okay. OFS trend intersection with beginning balance. If this intersection value is 1, right? Let me apply if. 1 means current year actual average, because this is a smart list and this is the first value of it, current year actual average. And then I apply and if, close the expression. Right, validate this, save and validate. The validation is passed, no error. Then I preferably apply multiple fixed expressions. So let me say output, the whole calculation to be performed only for specific product, specific entity, fixed, specific product, one fixed expression. Let's do indentation to make it easy to read, and fix, and fix. Another fixed expression I apply, fix on a specific entity. So I limited another entity, sales US. Again and fix. In the same fashion, you can apply multiple fixed expression and make sure the calculation takes place for the certain intersection only. and the whole calculation is happening for actual, right? Intersection of actual, this. Further apply another fixed expression. Scenario version in here. Scenario, this is to be run for plan or actual, working version, and so on. So 3 fixed expression I apply and fix, right? So it looks good. Now let's save and validate this for any potential error. We do have parsing error, fixed expression, operator expected, line 4. Line 4. Let's see what is line 4. 1, 2, 3 actual fix, working version, OFS in fix. Let's see what is wrong here. So I apply this. I use an alias name rather than actual name. Let's just change this name with the alias name. So I subsequently use an alias name rather than actual name. So there's no difference, right? It's the same thing. I already copied it. And then I am going to use only trends. Make sure your parentheses are balanced. Balance 1, 2, 4. Okay. Rounding I can do it optionally, not required right now. Just this is fine. Save and validate. Unexpected expression, and if and if, oh, and if is missing. That's tiny thing. And this is, and if I apply and if here. Okay, let's replace this with a variable, constant with a variable. I use current year and start month and month. Let's scan it. Let's scan this. Validate. Validation passed, no error. Now let's deploy and test it. Deploy. Deployment done. I'm going to put new numbers and then we're going to test it again. So let me put new numbers. 620. Right. What is an average? Let's check. The average is 2400. No, 400. 400 is an average. Yes, and these numbers are going to be copied over here. Let me run this rule and test it. So I run this rule. And test the output. It's supposed to be 400. The rule ran successfully. Let's refresh the output. This is 400. Perfect. Now on top of the trend, I also like to apply this increase and decrease. Basically it's a trend and adjustment on our plan, right? So I'll apply this, multiply my output with this number. Okay, so just take this, take this number, multiply 1 plus this number. Okay, preferably use intersection of beginning balance. Okay. So I'll take intersection of beginning balance, right? Because if you see, this adjustments are intersection of beginning balance plus this value. So I'll copy this in notepad and paste over there. This intersection with beginning balance. Okay. So it should be put in double quotes, right? It's in double quotes. This is 1 multiplied by 1 plus multiply by 1 plus this value, parenthesis. So I just append this code, and then not only trend, I can also apply an adjustment on top of that. So I just copy paste this from my notepad and paste over here, right? Okay. Save and validate. Any potential error? Taking a little time. So validation is done. No error. I can deploy it now. Deploy the code. And now we have an adjustment as well, deployment. So we're going to apply a trend, and on top of this an adjustment. Let me do this. Once again, I change the number. I change number to 200, 100 over here. And let's see the average of this. The average is 263. Well, I'll take some little better number, 500. So that calculation turn out to be easy. This is 260. 260 plus I applied 10% trend, right? Current year actual average. I'll make 10% uh, adjustment in the plan, right? So the expected output is average. I'll calculate in Excel, then I validate this number. Average of this multiply by adjustments, right? So 1 plus, what is my adjustment percentage? 10%. So 286 is the expected output, right? Let's run the rule and test it. Run this rule, and then I'm going to test the output. Taking 286, right? That's correct. The rule ran successfully. So when you write code live, there are possibilities that you're getting error messages, human errors, semicolon not balance, I mean double quotes are not balanced, parentheses are missing, so this is absolutely fine. Okay, so that's it for today. Should you have any more question, please feel free to write to bspsolution.com. For any training and consulting opportunities, please reach out to bspsolution.com. Thank you.